Hey, good morning to you, Vincent. Could you give a short introduction about yourself?
Yeah, my name is Vincent. I've been in the real world for about 7 months. I've made about $10,000 thanks to the real world in those 7 months. I'm 16 years old, and I just saw Tate, and I thought I'd give the real world a try.
Okay, so 16 years old, what did you get into when you joined the real world?
So I started off in the copywriting campus just because I didn't really know what I was going to be good at, what interested me. So I started off in the copywriting campus just to see what it was about. And I really liked the professor there and his lessons that he gave. And starting in the copywriting bootcamp really gave a solid foundation to move forward into the other campuses because you learn how to ask clear, concise questions. You learn how to format, like how you're going to say things, how to approach different things. And then also from a business perspective, it just gives you a way to communicate with people a lot better. Just that whole campus is very well rounded.
Yep. So is copywriting what you made that income through, or did you go into a different campus?
So I made most of my income through the stocks campus. Trading stocks has always been something I've been interested in and that I've done before the real world. But going through the stock campus, it opened up a lot, just a different viewpoint on how to trade stocks. And the stock campus really just honed in my skills on trading. I trade futures. I do futures trading. And the lessons in there teach you the fundamentals of trading, which really creates a foundation to build off of. And I think that the way that the campus is structured, it's structured in a way that if you listen and you pay attention and you follow the lessons how you're supposed to, you will eventually end up getting wins. And that's how I found most of my income.
Okay, so a few questions there. First is, did you have any prior experience with stock trading before you joined the real world?
Yeah, just not much, a little bit. I knew the fundamentals and the basics on like how brokerages work, how to start trading, what the structure of stocks were, but it wasn't ever anything that I thought would go anywhere with myself. I always thought like, go to college, get a job. I never thought of stocks as being a serious form of income like day trading and swing trading. I never really thought of something like that. But then after joining the real world, I realized that I could really turn it into something, and it did really change a lot.
Good. Okay. So how long were you in the copywriting campus before you moved on to stocks?
I was in the copywriting campus for probably 2 months, just learning my way around the real world and learning just about how the structure of the app worked. And then after I completed the boot camp and moved on and started talking to other people, I realized that I could join any campus I wanted to. I wasn't confined. And I advanced to the stock campus because I was interested in that, and that's what I had been doing before I was in the real world. So I joined the stock campus 2 to 3 months after being in the copywriting campus.
Okay. And then did you start trading straight away, or did you do some paper trading first?
Yeah, I started off with paper trading, just testing the strategies that were taught in the stock campus. Started off paper trading, just testing the waters, testing my strategy, see if it worked. And then soon after that, I felt confident in my ability and I opened a new account and threw a little bit of money in there that I had made from working a job and started off from there.
Okay. So in what time period did you make that 10,000 then from when you began?
I probably made 10,000 within 3 months of trading. And then I also made a
Okay. So those are very good numbers for a 16-year-old who's in high school, I'm guessing, right?
yes.
All right. Okay. And what were you going to say? Sorry, before I interrupted.
For about 4.5 to 5,000 of that is from my own personal branding thing that I took the freelancing campus and the copywriting campus, and the knowledge I learned from that I took into cold calling businesses. I do website design, and I run a social media marketing agency. Me and my friend started a social media marketing agency, and that's our monthly income. That's where we fund our trading accounts from.
Interesting. Are you sure you're going to high school? Because that's a lot you're doing throughout the day.
Yeah. So through high school, it's not too hard. Just focus, pay attention, get the work done, and then, come home, get the schoolwork done, and then start, formatting stuff. And I do a lot of get ahead of the game. So all my social medias I have booked out months ahead, posts that are scheduled at 3 days a week, multiple posts, reels posted. It's just all on a ladder system that gets posted that way. So it's all automated. So
Interesting.
I spend a couple hours a week making sure everything's automated, make sure ads are running, and then just website upkeep, and then stay ahead of the game, and you're all right.
Okay. So for the following part, let me know if anything you want to keep confidential, because I'm a bit interested in diving deeper into the social media aspect. So how did you acquire clients for it?
Started off by searching on Google for businesses that did not have websites. So you just search businesses near you or businesses in any part of the world that you're looking to do business in. And I just started looking for businesses and companies that did not have websites. And I started off like through the e-commerce part of the real world. You learn how to make a Shopify website. And I took that little bit of knowledge that I have done through taking web design classes online and through school, and started calling and asking if somebody wanted a website. And I was like, you know what, I could probably charge a little bit more than other people, and I feel confident in my ability. And so first person I did was $500. That was my first official win that wasn't a stock trading win. And I went from there, and then I was like, what else can I do? What else can I do from here? And I was like, I could run social medias. I know how to work it. I've done okay on social media before. And went from there, and I got my first 4,000 a month client from that. And I just cold call companies, email people.
Interesting. So 4,000 a month from one client, you said, right?
Yep. It's my highest ticket client.
How did you land that then? What did you pitch them? What services for 4,000 a month?
So he's full package. It's full social media. So we do 5 posts a week for him. And then we do email marketing. He's a big email client base. So email marketing, brand new website. We probably run 3 or 4 websites for him. Yeah, 3 websites for him. And then we do lots of reaching out, lots of calling other companies that his company can work for. And we pitched him full thing, and he was like, I'm actually really in need for you for this service, and I'd be willing to pay a lot. And so I was just like, dude, $4,000. I'll do it for $4,000 a month. And he was like, deal. Didn't even brush it off. It's very impressive, actually.
Nice. Interesting. And are you continuing to scale then? Are you looking for new clients, or are you just focusing on working with this one?
Yeah, so I've had him for a month solid, and he's really liking it, how everything's going. So now that I have him good, and I have the ladder system set up for his social medias, and it's just running the websites, I am looking to expand now. Just calling other companies, and I'm not taking it too fast, kind of working a little bit slow, just making sure I'm doing everything the way it needs to be done. But yeah, definitely expanding.
Okay, cool. And how would you say your average day has changed since you've joined the real world? How different is it now compared to before?
Yeah, so before, wake up, not really do anything, go to school, come back, play video games, watch TV, was lazy, I was wasting my time. And then after joining the real world, I started to work out more. I wake up earlier, I sit down and I grind things out. I have a deep work session, and I work for 2-3 hours, no distractions, put my phone in a different room. And I've noticed that my mental health has drastically changed. I'm much more focused, clearer mind. I feel better, physically, mentally. After joining the real world, it's made a very, very large impact in my life.
Good. I mean, I love stories like that. So that's great to hear. What do you think caused that mindset shift within you?
Just, I knew that I could achieve, but I needed something to push me forward. And the real world really helped with just being around all the other like-minded people that were all trying to get to the top, and they weren't putting people down trying to get to the top. They wanted everybody up there with them. And just being around all those like-minded individuals and the environment really helps. And then also the fitness campus helps out with a training regimen and how to build a strong body, and just really focusing on myself and then showing myself that I can do it by making money really just helps and prove to yourself that you can do it.
Mm-hmm. Good. Okay, so quite a change. Good to see you. And when you first implemented, as in the change in your life, was it easy to stay consistent with the positive habits? Did you struggle at first?
Yeah,
Or was it just like a click and that's it?
it,
You're
it
completely
definitely
180.
it took trial and error. There was times where like I was doing good and then have a week where I just go back to the same old, same old. But after time and like knowing what I need to do and then just trying my best to always do the same thing and create consistency and creating just like these fundamental habits. Once you create the fundamental habits, I feel like it's much easier. Like you make your bed every morning, then you do 20 push-ups, then you go eat breakfast, then you do 20 more push-ups. And like you just have a structured system of habits you do. After a couple of weeks, that just becomes normal. You wake up, no problem.
Mm-hmm. Okay, and what kind of an impact would you say Tate has had on you?
A lot. I definitely give a lot to Tate and a lot to the real world for how I am now. Tate's mindset and the way he speaks is very influential, and it has definitely made a very large impact. Just the way he outlooks on things, and how he's always just like, there's always more to do. Even if you think you're done, you can still go more. And just the way he speaks in the business mastery campus, the financial wizardry, how Arno goes over Hustlers University 1.0 when Tate was teaching. That just the way he's like, speed is key, and just like go out there and just keep going, never stop. That's just that whole mindset really has made an impact.
Good. Okay. Now, in terms of the material within the real world, you've been through quite a lot of the campuses. So, how different is the material compared to what's out on the internet?
Compared to what's out on the internet, it's unmatched. What's inside the real world is incredible. You can't find it anywhere else. It's not anywhere else. Yeah, you'll find on other parts of the internet pyramid schemes, fake gurus. Inside the real world, you really find professors who care about going forward with you, and you actually like to be able to talk to these professors. You're not just talking to people who are hired or just a fake AI bot that's talking to you. You really can have a personal connection with these professors, and it varies slightly from campus to campus. But a lot of the campuses are structured where like you have like a classroom where you go and take these classes, and there's a quiz afterward. And if you really sit down and learn, and you take notes, paper pencil notes, and you sit down and learn, then you can pass stuff, and it's very beneficial. I feel like if you have a mindset where you want to sit down and learn and you want to do it, the world is great and you'll learn a lot.
Mm-hmm. It's not a get rich quick scheme.
You
need to put in the work.
Mm-hmm. You can definitely get rich quick, but there's a lot of work that has to be put in and time spent. It's not an overnight thing. You're going to have to put in a couple weeks, if not a couple months of work, and sitting down, talking to people, asking questions, logging into the AMAs, listening to what their professors have to say, and really just trying to have an open mind and learn as much as you can from what's inside.
Right. Well put. Okay, so when you first started out with, let's say, either the Stocks campus or what you're doing with social media marketing, what would you say was the biggest challenge you faced for either both of them or for either of them?
So starting off with the social media marketing agency that I run, the biggest challenge was finding my first client. I called over 200 people to finally land my first big client. When I was doing for website, it wasn't that bad because you can just scroll through, find people who don't have a website, call them, and most of the time they're interested. But when you're trying to land a big ticket client like the $4,000 a month, it takes a lot of calling and a lot of saying no, and it hurts a little bit. It does, because you're like, I know this is working. I've done it before. Why is it not working now? And when you call hundreds of people at a time and no one says no, that's definitely the biggest challenge there. But then when it comes to the stock campus, the biggest challenge for that is having a strategy that works and knowing that your strategy works and sticking to it. Because when you're trading stocks, it can get very emotional very quickly. And you really have to stick to your strategy, stay emotionless, stay calm and collected the entire time. Stick to your strategy. If your strategy starts to stop working, you just got to get out. And if it's working, then write it out. Don't just get out because you think it's going to reverse. Stay with the strategy and then sell when your strategy tells you to sell, not when you think you should sell.
Right. Yeah, emotions. I hear from pretty much every trader. Just one of the biggest parts of it is emotions. Okay. And what would you say have been the biggest insights that you've learned from the real world, whatever comes to mind?
Definitely just letting time take its part, and things aren't going to happen instantly. Taking your time to learn things and not just speed your way through the campuses. Don't just get through things as fast as possible. Really take your time and learn. And when you do that, you'll have so much more knowledge on whatever it is you're learning inside the real world. Just taking the time to learn and just knowing that 1% at a time really, in the long run, gets you there.
So since you're on this trajectory, as a 16-year-old, earning 10K within 3 months, where do you see your life heading in the next 6 months to 1 year?
Definitely looking to take off, and it's summertime for school, so I'm off and have a lot more free time. So I'm looking to do my social media agency, my goal is 20K a month before school starts. A little ambitious, but I think it can be done. Stocks, I'm definitely looking to I could stop whatever I'm doing, drop out of high school, drop out of college, wherever I'm at, and only trade. And that could be a pure source of income and really hone into my strategy on that. But for the next year or so, definitely just want to stack up money, get my investments right, see what I can do, just test myself and see how much I can make. And if it's something that can turn into something huge, then, play the cards I have in my hand and invest right so that the rest of my life I can live stress-free and not have to worry about, how much groceries are going to cost next month.
Right. Huge. I mean, again, as a 16-year-old with this mindset, yeah, you have the whole world at your feet. Okay. I look forward to doing a follow-up with you in about 3 months or so to see how everything's going and to get it documented.
Yeah, absolutely.
And a few more questions. When you first joined the real world, maybe right before joining, what was your expectation? So before you went in, and how different has it been in those 7 months compared to the expectation?
Yeah, so when I first joined, I just thought, I thought Tate was initially going to be teaching. That is something I thought. I didn't do a whole bunch of research. I knew that I wanted to be in. And then after getting in, it was kind of what I expected. It was campuses set up. There was classes to take, there was quizzes. And it was structured in a way that was similar to what I had initially thought. But the way that the classes are taught and the courses are taught was much different. It was structured in a way that never really had seen before, never really thought of it being structured that way. And it was different, but it works very well.
Mm-hmm. Okay, good. So have you noticed any lifestyle changes with earning that 10,000, or are you waiting to earn some more before doing stuff?
Yeah, I haven't really spent any of it. There's nothing, I'm 16. There's not a whole lot to do with it all, but I'm definitely trying to take it slow and treat the money as if it's not there, and really wait until I'm old enough to, start looking for my own family, looking for my own home to live in, a place to start to make this my area, to start spending the money, but no big lifestyle changes yet.
Very interesting. Again, I want to go back to mindset, because for a 16-year-old, do you actually have people around you with a similar mindset?
Yeah.
Or do you just look to the real world for similar people? So since you said yes, tell me a bit more on that. How did you find them?
So my best friend and I run the social media marketing agency together, and we are both very, very ambitious. We know what we want in life, and we both are just like, why go out and party and waste our teen years when we could build a solid financial financial area for ourselves that when we're like 22, 23, we don't have to go to college. We don't have to go into debt. We don't have to take massive loans and be hundreds of thousands of dollars in debt to buy a house. We can structure ourselves now to where in the future, when everyone is now buying houses or just graduating college, we can be traveling the world and having fun. And that's a really big driver for him and I. And we're both young, so we have ambitious, we have drive, we're ready to go, we're gung-ho, ready just to do whatever it takes. And I feel like having a best friend like that really makes an impact.
For sure, yeah. And what do your parents think about what you're doing?
They think it's very surprising. They don't say much about it. They're just kind of letting me do my own thing. They're very surprised, very impressed, and they're very proud. I'm proud to call them my parents. And they're the reason, they're a big reason why I'm here today, the big reason why I have the mindset I do. They're very, very, very great parents, if I can say the least. I give everything to them if I could.
Nice. I love that. Okay, so Vincent, final question for you. For people who are unsure about joining the real world, maybe they're thinking it could be a scam for $50. What advice would you have to them?
It's definitely not a scam. It's absolutely changed my life and changed many people's lives around me that are also in the real world. And I would say if you're young, if you're old, it's $50. Just try it out for a month, see if you like it. If you don't like it, you can always back out. But it would be a well-invested $50. And I would tell anyone I know and have told everyone that I know to go ahead and join. And it's worth it.
Awesome. Okay. So it was great talking to you. A very well articulated young man. And I look forward to that follow-up interview in about 3 months or so to see how everything is going for you.
Yeah.
And until then, I wish you all the best.
You too. Have a nice day.